Hello and welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me in this Paletteful Packs July 2021 unboxing. As always, the full description of each item in this month's box will be listed in the box below. Also, if you want to follow along with my illustration, there will be a free downloadable link listed in there as well. Please tag me if you decide to try it out. I'd love to see it. Also, please ignore my nails. The box came before I had a chance to paint them again, so let's get started. Of course, first thing I'm going to grab is my sticker and put it in my sketchbook and get ready for some swatches. It's a cute little palette, which makes me so excited because that means we have paints. Starring the Liquitex Ink Essentials Set, retailing for $22.99, and to help us swatch these, we received yet another Princeton Select brush, this time round number 5, retailing for $5.85. Not complaining, but it feels like we're always getting these kinds of brushes, the Princeton brushes that is. I think it'd be nice to branch out and try a different brand maybe. They're good brushes though, really good. I'm just saying, let's try something new, you know? So these are professional acrylic inks. We received them in this crimson kind of red, cerulean blue, and cadmium yellow light hue. I also showed that mixing this red and blue would make this cool looking purple, and this yellow and the cerulean blue make this awesome vibrant green, and then all three make a sort of kind of black color. Next, we have the Marabu Graphix Permanent Marker, the Once Upon a Time set of 4, retailing for $8.99. We received them in cherry red, dark green, dark ultramarine, and black. They bleed through my sketchbook page, of course, because this book isn't really made for markers, but they also smelled straight up like Sharpie markers. So there's that. They are dual-ended, so they have this kind of Sharpie point and then a very fine line point. So I'm really excited to work with these. For our surface, we have Legion Paper Aqua Mini Paper Pads, hot press, retailing for $1.99 each, a Strathmore Mixed Media Paper Pad, 400 series, 3" by 9" for $4.75, and the Strathmore watercolor cards, retailing for $10.35. So 3 surfaces. That is so awesome. All of these feel super thick, but I'm going to be working with the Strathmore watercolor cards for this video. And lastly, a round 10 well paint tray, retailing for $1.49. So that's all our materials. Let's go ahead and move on to the illustration. Alright, so since July 6th is Frida Kahlo's birthday and it's right around the corner, I decided to redraw her painting of a self-portrait with a thorn necklace and hummingbird. I absolutely love this painting and really wish I could see it in person, maybe someday. I believe its home is in Texas right now, so you should totally check that out if you're ever in Texas. I did get to see the self-portrait of her with her monkey though. I saw it in the Museum of Modern Arts in New York City. That was really awesome. My husband took me there for my birthday and oh man, I saw so. Okay, anyways, so I did the sketching on Procreate, then used my Lightbox to transfer the line art over to my Strathmore watercolor card. This will be just the thumbnail or practice round before I put this on a bigger paper, so try not to judge the final results. Now, let's talk a little bit more about my thoughts and opinions on this month's box. Something that I felt messed up my drawing was that the markers I used for the line art bled outwards on the watercolor paper. That could be because of the paper though, and not actually the marker's fault itself. As I mentioned earlier, these markers smell like straight Sharpie, so you also have to be quicker with the line art or else the ink will spread out on the paper pretty fast, or use a much more fine liner than these. I'm thinking I'm going to use a calligraphy pen with the acrylic inks on the next try. So these Liquitex acrylic inks are made with finely milled artist quality pigments instead of dyes, and like all acrylics, it dries quickly and permanently with no smudging or bleeding when you re-wet it or when you layer them. You get just pure light fast liquid color in a range of opacities. These are ultra fluid, highly pigmented, they are dye free, and they have a satin finish, and they are permanent when dry, but also also non-fading, which makes them archival. I'm really excited to have these. We're going to have a very good time this month. While using these on the watercolor cards, I'm not sure if it's the amazing quality of the paper, but it just sunk in so nicely, and it was so satisfying to lay down these flat, even washes, and watching it dry was even more satisfying. That's one thing that I really enjoy about working with inks, is that you can have these amazing washes as long as you're patient and let them dry properly. The only thing that I have a problem with is patience, because I started layering too quickly, which messed up my painting later on. And as you'll see here, I'm using the yellow and the cerulean blue together to make this like light green wash as a background. So that's the first thing that I did with the entire painting. I started with a flat wash of color on all the subjects in this painting. Now, one thing is that I do wish we would have gotten maybe a magenta instead of the red, because of the fact that we got the cerulean blue. So since we have the naphthol, I can't even pronounce it, but since we have that like crimson red with the cerulean blue, you can't make a very vibrant purple. But because you have the cerulean blue and the yellow, you can make a very vibrant green. So that's why I wish that if they would have given us the cerulean blue, then they also would have given us a magenta and yellow, because then we could make a lot of nice vibrant colors with those three. It's just kind of hard to explain, I guess. That's just my own personal preference. I wish we would have gotten a magenta. I really like the cerulean blue though, so I'm happy that we got that one instead. Another thing is that I wish we would have gotten some sort of white. I don't really mind not having a black ink, because as you saw when I was doing the swatches, you can mix all the colors to get a very dark color that can pass off as black, but not be so pitch black that it's going to ruin the illustration. You get a really nice dark rich color that can pass off as black, but you can't really pass off white unless you leave some of the paper exposed. Like if we had white, it would have been better for color mixing, and it just would have made things a lot easier. Instead, I had to work with layering so that I keep my lightest parts that color, because I don't have a white, so I can't make any lighter colors. And I do kind of feel bad about complaining about the brush earlier, because man, these brushes are really good. They hold water and ink nicely, but I guess I just wanted to try other brands of brushes. But I guess we shouldn't fix what's not broken, because it was really good. The palette is just a palette. Can't really say anything more about it. I guess I like that. It has 10 wells, so it's great room for mixing. As for the surfaces, I only got to try out the watercolor cards, but honestly, the other papers felt so thick that I have absolutely no doubt that they're going to do great with these inks. Oh, also, you see me building from light to dark. I want it to be known that it is not at all necessary. Since these are acrylic inks, it is possible to go from dark to light. And as I mentioned before, that's really the only negative that I have. It would have been nice to have a black, but that one wouldn't have been necessary. But to have something lighter to be able to mix the colors with, that would have been nice. But I believe it was maybe 3 boxes ago, maybe, I don't remember, so a couple boxes ago, they gave us a Copic white. I'm going to see if that actually works well with these inks, or if I'm even able to combine them. I'm gonna have to check that out, but I'm really excited to work with these. This box made me so happy. You don't even know how happy this made me. Overall, it was an amazing box. Oh, please tag me or direct message me what you create. Again, thank you so much for joining me. We reached my 400 subscriber goal, and I hope to do another giveaway at 500. Let me know your thoughts on this box, or if you have any suggestions or other fun ways to use these items. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.